Hello students, we have already discussed and debated this chapter constitutional design, the second chapter of class 9 civics. In previous two parts we completed that the Indian constitution was made by the constitutional body that was called Constituent Assembly. Next, here come to this point the guiding values of Indian Constitution. There are some guiding values of Indian Constitution which are very important and which are directly linked to aspirations and dreams of the Indian peoples who were under the oppressive British rule for a long period of time, approximately 250 years. When it got independence for the tyrannical rule of the Britishers, it was fully changed and its soul was liberated and clean. What are the guiding values of the Indian Constitution? It is the point of discussion and debate in the third and final part of this chapter. That's the dream and promise. The Indian people, they had a dream of to breathe in free air in which there would be no foreign rulers and they were going to rule themselves by their own government. This is very, very important. Uh, uh, the birth, the dream who the Indian people dreamed was a society in which there will be no ruler and there will be no rule. Means a democratic pattern of government was shaped in India and it was a dawn of a new era in the history of India. Philosophy of the Constitution. The philosophy of the Constitution was based on the thought of democratic rights, where there would be no oppressor and no oppressed. All people enjoy equal rights and opportunity for their development. Traditional inequalities, caste systems, and all social evils were rooted out from the society. Indian Constitution began with preamble, and the preamble is actually inspiration from the USA Constitution and modern countries who are going to draft and who had drafted their constitution, they had adopted, they had started their constitution with a preamble. Preamble is a guiding line and it is key point of any constitution and this is applicable to the Indian constitution also. So, in this part we will discuss and we will learn and we will debate about the key points, means preamble are foreword of the Indian Constitution, what were the dreams and what were the aspiration and promise of our founding fathers, the national heroes who fought for India's freedom and who gave India's a status of free nation in the world map. Let's come to the points that our father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, he told that we will form a country in which each and every person enjoy equal right and benefit resources are the chances will be given, will be shared to the every citizen of the country. The same thing Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the successor of Mahatma Gandhi, he also deemed that our aim is to wipe away every tears of every eyes. Though Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, he was suspicious about all these things, and he was in doubt that India would be a country where people will get political freedom but not social or economical freedom. Equality, political equality is not enough, and it has no its value when there are economical and social injustice prevail. But all the things were eliminated, and now India is a nation in which democracy is successful, and it is going very well compared to the rest part of the democratic nations. So let's come to the points. Our preamble of Indian Constitution, it starts from the "We the people of India." Means in India, the people are supreme, and the government is run by the people, and they represent only aspiration and will and welfare of the people. Second point is sovereign. Means India is a sovereign country in which there is no external or internal restriction, and it has right to decide internal policies as well as foreign policies according to its own benefit and according to its own will. Third point is socialist. Means the government must try to eliminate economic inequalities from the society, and there could be minimum gap between rich and poor, between have and have not, and in society government controls major resources which are important for the coming of the socialist pattern of country. Secular means in India there would be no any religion declared state religion. All persons enjoy religion, faith, worship, and the practice according to their own will, and government would maintain the equal distance about all the religious matter. Next is the democratic. The government of India is a democratic government in which the government would run by the peoples. Elected members of the citizen of India, they would rule, they would run the government for a certain period of time. That time period is 5 years in India, and they would be accountable for the people, and they would be responsible for the people for their deeds. Next, republic. Republic means the head of the government would be elected for a certain specific period of time, and it would not be hereditary. Justice. Justice will be provided to all the persons without any discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, color, place of birth, or religion, and each and every person is equal before the eyes of law. Liberty, liberty of thought, liberty of faith, liberty of religion would be given in the nation, and every person enjoy this liberty, and it is key point of our constitution, and it is fundamental rights, and no any person can be denied by the liberty. Other aspect is equality. Equality before law, equality of status, it is given. Means one person, one vote, and one value. Either the person is rich or poor, educated or uneducated, living in different part of the India, enjoy equal rights. And let's come to this point, fraternity. Fraternity stands for in the India, all the persons should live in perfect peace and harmony, despite their religious, the customary, regional, linguistic, and other differences. They would be considered all Indian, and they would make the nation great and prosperous through their effort, and they would decide all the things, and they would enjoy according to their ability and capability and skill to the course from beginning to the top. Means any person who has ability according to his or her efficiency can reach at the highest post. And there are ample of examples in our history, the past history, that so many persons come from the humble background, very humble background, and they reached at the top. And this all things make Indian and India and Constitution great, valuable, and role model for the rest of the world in respect of the democratic governments. In this way, we completed this chapter, and here one thing is remaining, that is institutional designs. Means our constitution is not stationary, and it is changeable according to time. Constitutional, through constitutional amendments, we can change any things which are required, because our society is not immovable, it moves forward, and the necessity change, requirements change according to time. So the scope is there, the institutional design. Through this, we can change according to changing times, and we go to the ahead in the word of this model according to our need and according to our necessity. In this way, this chapter is completed, the full view of this constitutional design. Thanks.